that unemployment benefits are the single best way to stimulate the economy. And here now with reaction to the president's rhetoric is pollster president of the Word Doctors, the one and only Frank Luntz. All right, so yeah, this is what you do for a living. You analyze the words of politicians and the president. How do you analyze that considering his record?
Well, what I don't understand is the numbers. When Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid took over the House and the Senate in January of 2007, you know what our budget deficit was? $200 billion. This year, the budget deficit is $1.4 trillion. And they claim that it's the Republicans who are spending too much when they've controlled the purse strings. And let us not forget that in the end, it is Congress who passes a budget. And I don't even know what 7 times in number is, quintillion, septillion, whatever it is. It's a disgrace, Sean, because here's a president who claims that there's too much partisanship, too much negativity, and for the last week, he hasn't missed an opportunity to go after the Republicans.
Well, look, and if we're going to care about the facts here, unemployment has already been extended, to 99 weeks, for 99 weeks. Number one, the Republicans said they'd support it. They just want pay-go. They want to actually pay for it and take something out of the budget so we can have some cut somewhere, which, by the way, shouldn't be that hard to do considering it's so bloated. And on top of it, it doesn't need a Republican vote to begin with. So it's hyperbole, it's rhetoric. And I've been sort of the theme I've been asking Dick Morris and Newt Gingrich all night tonight, and that is that when he says the Republicans are the party of the rich and he uses class warfare, when he says things like this, when he has allies, attack the Tea Party, is that effective? This is what you study. This is what you do. Is that an effective strategy?
It's not effective because voters are tired of people blaming. Look, Obama blames the Bush administration for dust in the air. I mean, this guy, it rained last week, therefore the Bush administration is responsible. And by the way, there was a worse comment, and I think it's been the worst of the campaign. And I need to take you back to last Thursday. You may have the clip.
I do.
Because he tried to change what is happening in the Michigan governor's race. Do you want to play the clip and then I'll comment on it?
We've got him taking a cheap shot. All right, let's roll this tape.
There are some folks who want to go back, who think that we should turn the policies that helped to lead to this recession. Some of them made the political calculation that it's better to obstruct than to lend a hand. They said no to tax cuts. They said no to small business loans. They said no to clean energy projects. Now, it doesn't stop them from being a ribbon cuttings, but that's okay.
But Frank, unemployment is near 10%. I mean, he's accumulated $3 trillion in just his deficits.
Sean, that was an attack on Congressman Pete Hoekstra, the Republican candidate for governor in Michigan. And this is a lesson for every Michigan Republican who has to make a decision right now. If you want to send a message to Barack Obama, because Pete Hoekstra supports tax cuts, you know this. Pete Hoekstra supports small business. Pete Hoekstra is for clean energy. You know all this. If you want to send a message to Barack Obama in Michigan, you got to vote for Pete Hoekstra. This is not an endorsement. This is a statement about how Obama is trying to change the political outcome of state after state. And I hope Michigan voters aren't snowed by it, and they have a chance to tell Barack Obama no by telling Hoekstra yes.
Fascinating, he went from Nevada to Michigan, 14.6% unemployment to 13 point whatever it is in Michigan, two of the highest unemployment states in the country. He goes to Holland, Michigan to promote this company that got, $151 billion $1 million in stimulus. They hired 300 workers for an electric car battery. That's $500,000 per employee. Now, I would have felt we would have been better off. Give everybody $100,000 and we're $400,000 per person ahead of the game here. But this is what he's highlighting as the success of his stimulus.
He didn't go to Michigan to highlight the stimulus. He wants to defeat Pete Hoekstra because he's afraid that as a successful governor, Hoekstra will demonstrate that the private sector is far more effective at creating jobs than the public sector. And don't forget, Sean, Obama did promise, let's do statistics here, an 8% unemployment rate. And what do we have today? 9.5%.
You see, but you're highlighting something. For example, the success of Bob McDonnell in Virginia, Chris Christie in New Jersey, Bobby Jindal has been stymied throughout this entire Gulf oil spill crisis, and I don't think he did enough to support and give him the assistance and help that he otherwise would. All right, Frank, good to see you. You have any predictions about the election yet?
Yes, I know this is going to surprise you, but we just completed a survey. I'm holding the data for your show. We're going to do it within the next week or so. If the numbers
give me a
hold as they are
headline.
now,
I mean, for crying out loud, can't wait a week. Give me a headline.
I know I'm doing LeBron James right here.
Good
Republicans will take the House, John.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted. I wanted a headline. Thank you. That's all I ask. We want the truth now. All right, Frank Luntz, thanks for being with us. Time out.